How you doing? Scotty Bear back with another video. This video about the chocolate vehicles in Baja California. So if you're maybe semi-aware of this issue and have questions about it, I'm about to cover just about everything involved with this interesting story. And the story is that vehicles, uh, for the most part, are from California, make their way to Baja one way or another. The registration expires, so you can't really take them back and register them. So they become nomadic. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting scenario, but they're allowed to exist in the Baja area, be sold and driven around. And of course, I'm gonna tie that in with some Mexican pastry and some coffee. I didn't mean to abruptly segue into that while talking about the chocolate vehicle. However, this was really calling my name, actually. If you can get on camera, that is a Mexican pastry with some chocolate, some chocolate pastry, and then I have this coffee, this American coffee, and like I said, my mouth was salivating. And get back to this problem with the chocolate vehicles with the chocolate Mexican pastry, and talk about a little more. So, like I said, an interesting phenomenon that because of this relationship San Diego has with Baja, and this ecosystem that also exists, the people that are, kind of moved to Baja. This has been going on for some time, and like the immigration and the FMM Visa situation, the Mexican government really hasn't taken a very tough stance on this. Oh, I'm going to try to talk with my mouth full. You know I am. That was wonderful. Mexican pastries aren't overly sweet, but it's sweet enough. That with the coffee and lactosada. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing all of this, but like I was saying, in the Mexican government addressing this issue, actually this doesn't exist anywhere else along the border. If you bring in a vehicle into Mexico, you have to have what's known as a TIP, a temporary import permit. That even exists for boats that come down here. You have to have that, but not for cars. Not for cars. This is real restraint here. So people drive these cars down here, and you're able to sell them. If you're American, it really goes unchecked because this is that free zone, this 100 miles area just south of Tijuana. And if you take a car, say, into Mexico, and even people that are now getting permanent visas have to take their vehicles out of Mexico. And that's even becoming an interesting issue that exists too, because tied to your visa is this vehicle, and it's, you're responsible to, remove the vehicle out of the country because they don't want it to be imported like what is going on in Baja. Now, that ties into the insano car theft issue that exists in Baja also. What's interesting and what most people don't know about that is most of the vehicles that are stolen in Baja are recovered. And my car was stolen in Baja. I like to think there's two types of people that come to Baja. One that has not had their car stolen yet, and the other one that is going to have their car stolen. So, This reflects the price of the parking around the border because car theft is such an issue. So the rule is really this: if you're an American, you can drive your car down here unchecked, no registration. Actually, like I said, I take the registration out of the vehicle, all the ownership documents. It is not unusual to have your plate stolen in Baja. So this is so rampant that these cars, and there's a lot of them, because this is a ginormous issue. Like I said, they're doing right now. It used to be kind of hard to import a car into the Baja or Mexico in general, but they've started a program where they're just like, bring it in, bring us any kind of ownership document, or not maybe, and we will register it or import it into Mexico. I mean, that's the smart way to deal with it. I feel like Mexico has to do something. But it's, they're really, it lacks enforcement too. Sometimes that you can get your car towed if you got a chocolate vehicle or purchased a chocolate vehicle and you're not an American. And then most of the time you can buy your way out of it. Sometimes for, not a lot of money, that's for sure. I'm going to try and bite this cookie again. The Mexican government has even set up roadblocks to try to net these vehicles, tow them, get them off the road. And it really doesn't seem to stop, one, the Mexicans from buying them, and two, the Mexicans from driving them and being successful. The girl that used to date down here that had 7 cars stolen, she basically purchased the keys and the car, no paperwork, drove around for years on a chocolate car that she picked up for like $600-700. Always successfully bribing the police, and this, continues. It's a strange market. Like what I experienced, these vehicles are indeed, people are looking, people are wanting to buy them. Like how easy it was for me to sell the, the vehicle that I have. Also an interesting thing, the Mexicans are posting the title in the front window as a, way of, declaring a makeshift style, registration, right? The Airbnb host I ran from, his deal was to buy cars in the United States and bring them back. We're talking cars that, might be pretty good. And even, these vehicles coming over, because, I mean, a 10-year-old vehicle, 12-year-old vehicle could easily fall out of the ability to register, especially Southern California, for their, clean air standards or whatever. This cookie is dank. This thing here is 35 cents, like 7 pesos. In the United States, it'd be like $4. The texture of it is kind of like a scone, maybe. I hope you're having a wonderful Domingo. Actually, it'd be pretty interesting if you lived in Baja, because somehow the people down here find workarounds in every situation, even the Americans, right? Because what happens if you come down here and you can't register that vehicle, and it doesn't have a home, and it's unregistered, you can go to the United States line. A lot of people down here don't know this, but you can get a 10-day permit to take the vehicle if it is unregistered in the United States, and cross the vehicle, get a binder insurance policy. You could get an insurance policy from the Mexico, as an attachment for your Mexican insurance. Well, hope you enjoyed that video. I'm going to finish out this cookie. Have a wonderful Domingo.